Good evening and welcome to the April meeting of the Prince George's County Cable Television Commission. I'm Tom McLeod, Commission Chair, and I'd like to ask my colleagues to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Brenda Beitzel.
Doris McMillan.
Mike Thompson.
Sam Sanafalabi.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for being here. We'll move right into the agenda, and the first agenda item is the approval of the minutes of the March meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I move that we approve the minutes of our last meeting.
Second.
Approve the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. The next agenda item are action items.
There are no action items on this.
There being no action items, we'll move to the monthly reports, please.
The monthly report for the month of March 2017. For Verizon, we have 23 open calls, 22 closed calls, and 1 outstanding. For Comcast, we have 6 open calls, 6 closed calls, and no outstanding calls. The only outstanding call we have for Verizon is in regards to Ms. Williams, whereby we requested Verizon to provide a quote in order to get the work done. We received an email from Verizon stating that in order for them to provide a quote, they will have to go inside the individual units to allow them determine how to provide that quote. So that's the only thing I got from Verizon on that. And that concludes my monthly report. That's the only outstanding for Verizon.
So, thank you. So, with respect to next steps, since they have to go into each
Individual
what
units.
happens next? Does the association have to approve that, or what?
I'm sorry, for them, in order for them to be able to provide a quote,
Right.
according to Verizon, they will have to go inside individual units to be able to look at the job
Right.
and know what it takes to get it done.
Does each unit have to give their approval for that? I'm trying to understand what happens. They said that they need to go in.
Yeah, they will need to go inside
Okay.
individual.
So do they plan to do that, or?
That's
what?
how they will be able to determine, how much it would take to get the job done.
So you're saying
Right.
they have to get permission from the
each-
homeowners?
From each
Well,
one.
yeah,
That's
they
what I'm
should
trying to-
probably,
That'll,
right.
that'll
yeah.
come up in our
Okay,
comment.
thank you. Any other questions, comments?
Are they going to provide a quote individually, or are they going to give them the whole unit?
That is what I have to find out from
Okay.
Verizon, how they plan to do, either individually or collectively.
Or collectively?
That would be my question. If some of the residents don't want to do that, then how do we proceed from there?
We have to-
Talk to-
That's something we need to
Two
verify.
questions.
Right,
Mhm.
2 questions, right.
Any others? Comments? No? Okay, thank you. The next agenda item are the Community Television of Prince George's County report.
The report was submitted and it was accepted.
Thank you. And, this evening?
Yes, we have Ms. Williams.
Oh, there she is.
with
Okay.
us.
I was listening to the questions that you all were asking, and I have a couple myself. My concern is, they don't have to get inside to give a quote, but if they are saying that they have to get inside, to give a quote, how do we schedule that? Do we do it like we did with Comcast? Have them to call you, compile a list, and let Verizon reach out to the homeowner of those that are interested and them coming in to give a quote? Because at some point, they have to be held accountable. And I think that what's happening right now, they're playing a game where they're saying they need to get inside when they actually don't have to get inside to do the wires. I just don't think Verizon wants to do it. And as I told you before, Comcast came out, he did not go into any of the units, and they were able to tuck and hide the wires.
So we can add that to the
Yes,
list of
I've
questions we
already,
have.
noted
And
that.
see what
It's
the
noted.
response is. Thank you. Is there anything further that you wanted to?
A question, and did any of you all work with Verizon? How do you feel? Because I look at the open calls that they have. mean, based on past history, are they difficult to deal with, or, I mean, I would like a sense of understanding though,
You mean as individuals or as a commission?
as a commission.
Yeah. Well, we're fortunate to have excellent staff working with us. So most of the contact is with staff.
Okay.
And I think we've had a pretty good relationship, but you can speak further to that in
Yes.
terms of them being responsive to
Mhm.
the issues that we've had come before the commission. Okay.
I have no other, well, I have no other.
No other public comment?
Yeah, public.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so-
And then next on the agenda is the report from the Comcast representative.
I do not have a report this evening.
No report, but thank you for what you did there. And then we have the report from the Verizon representative who is not
Like
here.
I stated, yeah, she's not here.
Had some car problems, I understand. Next item on the agenda are the comments from the commissioners. Are there any comments, questions?
I was just gonna ask, do you have in your dealings with all of your fellow residents, how big a problem is this in terms of approximately how many residents you think
You
we're
have the
talking about?
list of the ones for Verizon. I know it has to be at least 30, maybe to 40.
30 to
Yeah.
40, and how big was the problem with Comcast? You said it was a similar problem with them and they were able to resolve it. How many residents were involved
With
in that?
Comcast.
Yeah.
It was a fewer number, probably about 16, 17.
We have more Verizon.
Verizon, we have more
Okay.
Verizon than Comcast.
Okay. I mean, so roughly, at least probably double. It's probably double the number of, but still, I mean, we're not talking about hundreds.
Mhm.
I don't know, I feel like it's something they could get their arms around.
Well, that's kind of how I feel since, but the thing, and I'm having a problem understanding, if I may explain, you know, Files came out, I don't know how many years ago. Before that was pretty much all Comcast. And so Comcast came in and they did the wiring and whatnot. And a lot of that wiring was hidden at the time that we had renovation to the units, new siding and whatnot. And then when the switch came about, Verizon came in with the Fios. And then we just began to start seeing wires on the outside of the units, which is a violation of our condo rules. No wires should be hanging and no work actually should be done on the outside of the unit without prior approval. Now, I know the homeowners have some responsibility in saying, no, you can't just leave the wires that way, but if you talk with them, they were saying that they just came in and did what they did and plugged into some of the old Comcast wire to a degree. So they're saying, well, they're not our wires. Well, you're right. They were not initially your wires, but now they are because you're using them. And so that's the argument that we had going back and forth for a while, and I don't know if you were able to hear that from Verizon.
Well, not directly from Verizon.
Okay,
but from
yeah.
you, right.
Yeah. So that's the problem.
Well, we're here and you're here, and staff is here, and we're gonna stay on it, I think,
Oh, yes,
until we see
absolutely.
what the outcome might be. Because it does seem like it's a small enough universe for them to be able to, just for good
solve.
customer service,
Yep.
if nothing else. Okay, thank you. The next agenda item then, no further comments or questions from the commissioners?
No.
All right, our next meeting is scheduled for May 24th. Hopefully everybody has that on their calendar and will be able to attend. And if there is no further business, we stand adjourned. Thank you.